shall believe it.
This is the Cobra weave, which I invented in the spring of 2011. As you can see, if it's detonated in the proper direction, the exploding end rears up like a cobra's head, which is how it got its name. The Cobra weave is actually quite simple to do. You start with 3 sticks like so, in an H formation like that, and make sure the middle stick is divided into thirds like so, 1/3, 1/3, 1/3, and make sure that the middle stick is underneath this stick and over this stick. And then you grab another stick, and to do an end cap, you put it under this stick here and just kind of tease it under this stick, making sure that it doesn't disconnect there. And there you go. And then weaving it is actually quite simple. You just look to the rearmost stick that's up, which happens to be this stick. You put your stick over that stick, and then you tease it underneath the stick that's sticking out the most, and then put it at a nice 45-degree angle to your direction of weaving, which is that direction. And then you do the same for the other side. You go over and under like that, and just keep working back and forth. Just keep weaving, just keep weaving. And Cobra weave is actually quite simple to do. I just don't do it much anymore because it has a tendency to lock up, as you may have seen on network television this summer. And I just keep going. And when you want to start curving your Cobra weave, it's just a matter of turning the sticks at a greater or less than 45-degree angle, depending on which direction you're going. And you can't do sharp turns of the Cobra weave very well. I have experimented with doing 90-degree turns, but they don't work very well. So you just basically have to curve a Cobra weave to make it go where you want. And just keep doing the sticks at greater than or less than 45 degrees. And as you can see, I'm doing a nice gentle curve here. And when you're done curving the Cobra weave, or weaving it, or just whatever, and your mom calls you up from the basement and tells you to go out and get a lathe, then you do an end cap like so, sort of the exact opposite of what you did on the other end. And there you go, you have your first Cobra weave stick bomb. Woohoo! One of the peculiarities of the Cobra weave is that you get the Cobra head effect only if you detonate it in the correct direction. You'll notice that the points on the ends overlap in only one direction, like overlap, 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 like that. And if you detonate it in the direction of the overlaps, like from that end, you get the Cobra effect, like so. On the other hand, if you detonate the Cobra weave in the opposite direction of the overlap, then you get what's known as a mongoose detonation, like so. My next specialty weave is the diamond weave, which I invented back in 2007. And you start out by laying an end cap to one side like so. Then you put the sticks underneath the ends like that, making sure that the end cap goes over the sticks. And then when you have those 2 outer sticks, then you do the 2 inner sticks, and they go over the end cap and underneath the outer diagonals, like so. And make sure that the 2 sticks that are touching in the middle overlap like so, and there you go. And you just have to hold this one stick down to keep it from exploding. And then each cell after that is pretty much a copy of the first cell. You notice that it's kind of weird that way, in that each cell is an exact duplicate of each other cell with the diamond weave. And again, you do the outer sticks first, going underneath, and then you do the inner sticks, which go underneath the outer sticks, like so. And you'll get the hang of it. It's a pretty straightforward weave. And there you go. You're doing the diamond weave and just having way too much fun, man. And just keep going. And if you want to start a curve going along, and just start leaning it to one side, pretty much like any other stick bomb. curves are actually pretty easy. You just got to go gentle with them, and like so, and you're doing a curve, which is way too much fun. And just keep going. And then when you're all tired with the diamond weave, just do an end cap pretty much the same as the first. And there you go, the diamond weave. Woo! My next specialty weave is the zigzag weave, which I invented in the winter of 2010. And you start by laying it down an end cap like so. And then you grab the stick and go underneath the end like that. And then the next stick, you go over the middle like that, slanted in the same direction. And then the third stick, you do in the opposite direction. You go underneath the end, but you bend it in the opposite direction of the other two sticks, like so. And that's the first cell. And then the second cell, you just kind of zigzag in the opposite direction, like so. You go underneath the end, over the middle, and underneath the other end, and slant it in the opposite direction. And that's the second cell. Pretty straightforward. And just keep repeating. Just be sure you alternate the direction of the slant, like so. And before you know it, you got the hang of the zigzag weave. It's a pretty unusual weave. I don't use it very often, but it's good for a diversion. You know, great to show off your vergate skills. And there you go. And you're doing the zigzag weave. And like any other stick bomb, you curve it by just gradually tilting it in the direction you want. Like, you might tilt it like so if you want to start curving it in this direction. And when you've had enough fun, then putting an end cap on the end is pretty much straightforward, just like that. And there you go, zigzag weave. Woohoo! My all-time favorite weave is still the Ortho weave because it's the most versatile. You can do stick bomb fields with it, and you can do a 90-degree angles, something you can't do easily with other weaves. However, the only trouble with the Ortho weave is that it doesn't have a lot of power to it, especially if you're using tongue depressors. However, there's a simple remedy for that, and that's to double up sticks. And doubling up basically means you take two sticks, one on top of another like that, and you weave them into the design as if they were one stick. And if you simply double up the center and cross sticks like I'm doing right now, that's sufficient to make your stick bomb have a lot of power, and you can do crossovers and other neat stuff without fear of locking up. And if you want even more power, then you double up all the sticks. You double up the center stick like this, and double up the side sticks, and double up the cross sticks, and you have quite a powerful stick bomb if you do double weaving throughout. I wouldn't recommend triple weaving because that's very, very difficult to do, and there's several gotchas. So stay away from triple weave bombs for now because they require special training, which I'll do possibly in an upcoming video. And pretty much that's how it works. Double weaving has a lot more power to it, so you definitely have to practice safe sticks, because if you have it blow up, sticks fly much higher. And pretty much that's how you do the double stick boogie. Woohoo! And 3, 2, 1, bam! If you're making a large stick bomb, it's always good to have some sort of a fire break in the design, because if you have an accidental detonation, then you don't lose everything. The simplest fire break is to just put some sort of a weight on the stick bomb itself. And this particular weight is a loon's head that my dad carved several years ago. And it's always a good idea to wear safety goggles when you're using loon's heads so you don't get poked with the beak. So always practice safe loons. The only trouble with setting weights directly on your stick bomb is that if they set for too long, they cause the sticks to warp. But there's a better way of doing a fire break if you want a fire break that's going to sit for several days. And that's to put some sort of riser down first so that whatever weight you put down isn't resting directly on the sticks and causing them to warp. Here I'm using a book, and usually a book is enough weight to keep a stick bomb from exploding. And when I use some sort of a fire break, I oftentimes put some sort of a bright object like a red cup on top, so that when I'm removing the fire breaks before I detonate a stick bomb, I can easily find all the fire breaks. Because of course, if you miss a fire break, then the stick bomb doesn't explode properly. And fire breaks are pretty effective, as you can see here. And now for the final topic of this tutorial, how to make stick bomb fields. First, you start out with a linear stick bomb that's as long as the field you want to make. And then you start weaving onto the end of it, like so. And just start another row, making sure you share one side in common with the first stick bomb row. And then just keep weaving. Try to follow the same over and under convention of the ortho weave, but just kind of ignore these orange sticks right here because those will be removed later. And just weave a new row. And just keep working it like this. Okay, now I've finished adding a couple of extra rows to the original linear stick bomb. And to make sure everything's connected into one solid field, I next go back and remove these orange sticks, which are just extra redundant sticks and don't have to be there. And it's just a matter of teasing the sticks out like so. And this guarantees that all the sticks are in one big field and will explode in one single unit when you detonate the stick bomb. And it's pretty straightforward. Kind of like pulling teeth, but not as painful. And just make sure you don't make any mistakes and have any false detonations. It's pretty hard to put a fire break on a stick bomb field, so you have to be careful. And voila, you have one 4x3 cell stick bomb field. Isn't that just too much fun? Woohoo! Now you know the basics of stick bomb weaving. Be sure to wear safety goggles and expect to lose a few stick bombs to accidental detonations. Now go out and have more fun than you can shake a stick at.